Ild Bloke Goes to the Dales, Part 2. So, we all wake up to a blue sky and a carpet of crispy fields. It's dry, but it's also brass monkey weather. So I rustle up some bacon and chilli omelette and almost kill everyone in the cottage. Choking and coughing, we all stagger out into the cold air, our lungs still raw and burning, with vaporised chilli and smoke. I'm not sure what went wrong, but I wasn't that popular. It was probably the induction hob. I've never used one before. Always blame the equipment. What was that? Splutters Ild Bloke number 2. Mustard gas or what? I don't think so, I reply. But I'll pick up some gas masks for tonight, just in case, eh? Aye, can't wait, wheezes our young blokeess. You see, I'm cooking again tonight. The dog Lottie seems to be okay though, probably close enough to the ground to avoid the worst of it. So, we drive off towards a place called Malham Cove, and the scenery over the top of the hills is breathtaking, so we speak. We spot a herd of Red Angus cattle and stop to take pictures. We're funny that way, you see, we came from a kind of agricultural background when we were selling stuff, and we like all the nice breeds and things. There's Swaledale sheep as well, with their wee cosy white noses and black faces. It's then, as we venture out the car, that I stand on my first big Yorkshire pavement. Not your commonplace everyday pavement, no, a limestone pavement. You see, formed from limestone deposited about 300 million years ago in the Carboniferous period, rainwater passed over the rock, became acidic and gradually dissolved the surface. Deep under the soil, rainwater continued to eat away at the joints in the limestone, and they widened and dissolved away. These deep cracks in the pavement are called grikes. Anyway, they look amazing, and you can see some pictures of these things in my podcast extras tab on my website, allthewspaulmurdoch.co.uk. Wow, it looks like the surface of the moon, I say. Aye, well, I hope men don't colonise the surface of the moon, says one of the old blokes. How's that? Well, I hope they don't build any pubs there either, he says. How no? I say. Well, he says, there's no atmosphere. Ha ha. After this, we park up and, in England, pay for the privilege. It always bugs me that you need to pay to park anywhere nice down here. I know it helps the natural trust of whoever they are, but it's just no right in my books. Then, we walk about a kilometre and are faced with a gigantic wall of limestone with an underground river emerging from its base. A few years back, at 260 feet high, it would have made Niagara Falls look teensy. They're only 160 feet high. You see, 12,000 years ago, this was a huge waterfall. It had been spilling over the edge. Amazing. Scarily. They were cave divers under the cliff today, down in the narrow, confined, coffin-like depths. The slightly nervous-looking safety guy was constantly checking his watch at the base of the Great Wall. Nutters, if you ask me. You see, if they didn't come out in a certain time, he'd have to go in and get them out. Then, after panting up 400 steps to the top of the limestone wall, we get to see and walk over another amazing limestone pavement. Malham Cove was used as a location for Harry Potter, in the Deathly Hallows film. And it's said to have inspired Tolkien when he wrote about Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings. At the top, we decide to push up the Pennine Way to the tarn at the top of the valley, about another 2 miles further ahead. And the path is very Tolkien-esque, eerie caves, treacherous, uneven paths, and bogs where you could easily imagine Gollum moaning and whimpering as he craved possession of the ring. Still, we managed to avoid the trolls and wargs and soon reached the tarn. A wee loch in Scottish, that is. A huge flock of lapwing lifted in the distance, and a few cormorants stood in the rocks with their wings outstretched. On the way back, we chatted about those cormorants. The ones, that are trained to catch fish in China. We reckon they are imprinted at birth and then tethered, which sounds a bit cruel. Eventually, we get back to the village in time for another refreshing pint and a plate of tempura king prawns. Yummy. And then it's back to our wee cottage for our last night together for a year. And yours truly is on that induction hob again. Luckily, I managed to rustle up a brandy and peppercorn sauce to accompany the amazing 45-day aged ribeye supplied by the tall old bloke called Patrick. Oh, and some Tokai salmon baked with hazelnuts and leek for our young blokeess. You see, she's a strict vegetarian, apart from shepherd's pie and Chinese duck with pancakes, that is. We all have a laugh and drink, and then, one by one, toddle off to bed around 10. I'm pleased I managed to stay awake tonight until 10, because the night before, the fresh air, the 8-mile walk, and perhaps a bottle or so of wine knocked me out cold. Mouth gaping, slavering and snoring, I know I must have made a great impression. Listen, love you guys, and looking forward to next year's adventure, wherever it may be. So remember, Old Bloke Goes Running is available as a book, or online, or as a download, audio download that is, or at your library as a book. I'm confused now myself. Anyway, thanks for listening, and ciao for now!